What's going on, guys? So I just got back from freaking watching Wonder Woman, and I gotta say this was badass, and it was a pleasant surprise. I got an email super late. It wouldn't open, so it was really dramatic trying to get to this freaking premiere, and I gotta shout out to freaking J Roar, who was actually able to get his email to open, got some passes, and we went to go watch freaking Wonder Woman. Also, shout out to the dude. We were literally in the front seat, like the front row, which is, I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna hate this movie. I don't care how good it is. Sitting in the front row sucks. I don't know how people ever want to do that. But we talked to the guy at the thing, and he actually let us sit in the freaking press area, which was awesome because those were badass seats. So shout out to that guy. Didn't get your name, homeboy, but you were badass. Now, this is going to be a non-spoiler review because I'm going to put this out on Wednesday, meaning the movie doesn't even come out till Thursday, and then Friday for everybody else. So I don't want to give away any spoilers because I don't want people to just, just like be like, oh, well, maybe I don't need to go watch the movie, because I do want you guys to really go watch this movie. So I'm just going to tell you what I thought about it. This video will be a little bit shorter than normal, and then maybe on the weekend sometime I will release a spoiler review, because I'm actually going to go see this movie again on Thursday night. So maybe I'll have a little bit more to say after I watch it a second time. So yes, let's go ahead and jump into this. This is my non-spoiler review of Wonder Woman. From the start, I am going to say right off the bat, yes, I did get a little bit of, teary-eyed in this freaking movie. There is just, I mean, you've seen it in the trailers. The scene, I mean, you'll see more when you actually watch the movie, but the scene where Wonder Woman just gets onto the battlefield, like, my eyes got a little bit teary-eyed there, just because you'll see what happens there. But I just really loved that scene. I just felt like it was great. And there were just other times in this movie that I got a little bit like, just because it's so great to finally see Wonder Woman on the big screen, and she was a badass. And it's just like, so, I don't know, I heard somebody mention this a long time ago about this film, and they said it had a very, like, Captain America, like, the first movie vibe, which kind of got me scared, because I don't know about you guys, but I wasn't a big fan of Captain America, the first movie, but I did really enjoy this one. And I get where that person was coming from, because I think it just has to do with the whole war aspect of everything. Like, when you put a superhero into World War I or World War II or whatever, it just feels very different, because that superhero just, like, dominates, Like, when everybody else is like, it's all guns, and then the superhero's like, what? It just looks really crazy, and it's very different. And I feel like sometimes maybe that's why it doesn't work too well. But in this one, I thought it was just really awesome, and, like, they did justice to Wonder Woman in this movie. And I think Gal Gadot is fucking amazing as Wonder Woman. Like I said, I've always been on board with her. I know some people are like, I don't know how I feel about her, but I was always on board. I thought she was going to be a great Wonder Woman. And, for me, it's always been nice to see somebody with, the brown skin in a major motion picture, and to see Gal Gadot, a female actress, leading this movie, I thought it was fucking great. And I think this is one of her first movies where she's actually the lead in a movie, and it happens to be Wonder Woman, and it's fucking solid, and I think she does a great job. She's funny in it. Like, that's the one thing you're gonna notice when you're watching this movie. There is a lot more, like, upbeat feels. Now, I will tell you, it's not like Marvel. If you're wondering, like, oh shit, are they doing the Marvel thing? No, it's not like that at all. It's not slapstick comedy, or, somebody's getting hit out of nowhere, or something like that. It's not like that at all. It's just humor within a movie. Like, it's just well-written humor, I think. It's just what they say, it's the banter they have going with each other, and I think it's really good, and I think that helped out the film a lot. And Gal Gadot is, she's charming, and she's lovely in this film. She's gorgeous, of course. And Steve Trevor's character was really awesome in this movie. And the one thing, also another thing, is when they introduce the other characters that are in this movie, it's a very diverse cast. And I wasn't really, I mean, I knew that was going to be in there. I didn't know these characters were going to have as much screen time as they did. But it was like a cool little, like, group of people that was helping Wonder Woman, get to where she needed to go. And I don't know, I liked it. It was very diverse. I mean, we had an Indian character, we had like a little, I should say Native American, then we had like an Indian character, and then we had Irish character, and then you had Steve Trevor, and then you had Wonder Woman. Like, it was just this whole diverse cast, and I freaking loved it. And I don't know, that was really nice. The villains were pretty badass too. Now it's not really a spoiler, maybe some people would think it is, but I don't think it is. I mean, it's pretty well known that Ares is the villain in this movie, but I think, you know, Ares' character in this was pretty solid. There was some little things that I would have changed, but I'm not going to say anything about that until my spoiler review, but it's still really good. And like, I don't know, I just really enjoyed this movie. In case you're wondering, this is the origin of Wonder Woman. It is a solid origin movie. So, you know, I know a lot of people have been complaining about that. They're like, oh, they shouldn't be introducing all these characters. That's not, like, this is just all about Wonder Woman. You don't have to worry about, like, all these other characters, like, trying to fit into this movie. I thought this was just a solid story of the characters, like, beginnings to where they are now. And I don't know, it just, when you're watching this movie, it feels like you are watching this like superhero movie for the first time. I don't know if that sounds really weird, because we've all seen like a million superhero movies, right? But this movie just feels like it's the first one, which it really is the first movie for Wonder Woman. And I hope, I want to know if you guys watch this movie, if you understand where I'm coming from, because like, just, you know, it's just this, I don't know, it's really hard to explain, but the characters, the storyline, the action in this movie, I think is really solid. What else do you say in a non-spoiler review that's not like, oh my god, this part, and this part, and this part? Like, you know, I think that's why I always do spoiler type reviews. But I do just want to say, like, I think you guys should go watch this movie. Like I said, I got a little bit teary-eyed watching it just because I'm so in love with these characters, and just seeing her on the big screen for the first time was so epic. And it just felt like Wonder Woman. It didn't feel like, you know, it didn't feel like she was lacking. Like, and the one thing I will say that it made me feel really good about watching this movie is Wonder Woman's, like, if you've ever read the comics or you've ever, like, seen the cartoons where Wonder Woman comes to, like, America, or comes to, like, the human, I don't want to say the human world, but, like, you know, just society, and she's just always questioning things. Like, they hit that on the head, or they hit the nail on the head with this movie of her doing that. Like, she asks, she's like, why do you do this? And why would this happen? And, like, what about this? Like, she does that really well, but it's not to the point where, like, it's annoying. Like, you don't get annoyed by it. It just fits the character really well. There's, like, these little Easter eggs that you get, like, from the comic books, or from, like, the New 52, or just, like, from every, it seems like they take something from, like, every era, but it is very New 52 style stuff. But I think it just all works really well, and I don't know, I'm really excited for you guys to watch this. I don't know if you guys are on the fence on it or not, just because, you know, it's like, oh, I don't know how I feel about it or whatever. It's getting rave reviews. That's all I gotta say. It's got a 97, I think, right now on Rotten Tomatoes, and I saw a headline that's the best rating for any Marvel or DC movie, which is pretty insane, because Marvel's made some really amazing movies. Like I said, I don't know, I really enjoyed this movie. I can't wait to see it again, because I feel like I can actually give you my 100% honest review every time when I see a movie for the second time. And I don't know, I think it's just gonna be really, it was really weird up into this movie. Like, I was excited sitting in my seat. Like, I was like, oh my god. I didn't get to film anything because it was so crazy trying to get into and, like, get tickets, and trying to, like, I didn't have time to film anything. That's why this is not a before after kind of review. But I don't know, I just want you guys to go watch this movie and let me know what you think. I just wanted to make a real quick video because I can't really talk about a lot of things I loved and hated without trying to spoil some things. But I do think that, you know, it's a great story. The characters are awesome, and if you're a fan of Wonder Woman, I think she should inspire you. This movie should inspire you, and I can see, and I think that's maybe why I got a little bit teary-eyed watching this movie, is because I am not a girl or anything like that. I mean, I love these characters just as much as any, you know, female character or female lady, little girl could love these characters, but I feel like when I was watching this movie, I felt like this movie is going to inspire people, but I also felt like it's going to inspire a lot of young women, which I think is fucking great, because they're finally getting a big character, like a strong character that doesn't you know, match up with the boys, or like the boys don't match up with, which I would say in this movie, of course, because there was no like Superman or anything. But I think this movie is going to inspire a lot of little girls, and you can see that. And some people have been on there like, oh, this is like, oh, I'm getting tired of this stuff. I mean, if there's any guys, like the people that are out there that are getting mad that there's like a female showing only of Wonder Woman, those guys are kind of like, you're kind of stupid. You guys need to check yourselves, like if you're really getting upset about, you know, movie theaters having all women freaking screenings of Wonder Woman. Like, you need to chill out, bro. But I don't know. I've loved, and I kind of didn't like a lot of the stuff I was seeing just because I'm like, I want to see this movie already. But I was appreciating that there's been so many people tweeting out like that they love the movie, it's inspiring, their daughters loved it, and I think that's what I'm really excited to see come out of this movie, besides, you know, hearing the good ratings and people loving it and stuff like that. And hopefully you guys love it too. So I don't know, that's my takeaway from this movie, and yeah, I will more than likely make a spoiler review of this. Probably release it on Friday or Saturday after you guys have had a chance to watch it. And we'll go from there, because I will be watching it on Thursday again. And maybe I'll catch some more things and I'll be able to talk about those in the spoiler review. So that's going to be it, guys. I really appreciate it. Hopefully you guys are going to go watch this movie soon so we can all talk about it and just, you know, talk about how awesome it is. And that's going to be it. But remember, guys, if you want to support the channel, you can go check out the Patreon like these awesome people did, my freaking juicy producers. But if you want to help out this channel the OG way, you can always give it a like. And, yeah, I totally butchered that. But, yeah, you can give this video a like and share it with all your Wonder Woman buddies. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all things nerdy and geeky on this channel. As always, I'm your host, JUICEbox. Remember, when you wake up in the morning, ask yourself something. Have I had my daily dose of juice? See you guys next time. Bye!